You guys look good up there. Throwing a good ball. You guys keep this up, you're going to win for sure. I feel good about it.
Hey Rob, I got this new thing that you and Shu.
We're coaching a team. Shu and I are coaching a team this year.
No quick hooks?
Quick hook? You think we're going to pull you?
Taking me out?
I'm not going to go to the bullpen. I don't know what Shu's talking about. Don't you worry about it. We're not going to the bullpen. Shu's an idiot.
Good. What do you think now? Get him up. Hey, you've been good today, pal, but day's over. I'm bringing in the righty.
Aw, come on, Shu.
Nope. Got to do it.
Life is fun, and so is Candlepin Bowling. There have been dozens of bowling shows on TV before, but we're not them, and we don't want to be. Dan, Shu, Gauthier coaches one team of talented kids, and I, Rob Taylor, coach another. We're a different type of show, and we're going to turn your notion of bowling show upside down. We are the new generation.
Welcome to Candlepin New Generation, a show that requires more athleticism than poker but less than basketball.
Or NASCAR.
NASCAR?
Bladders of steel, Rob.
Fair enough. He's Dan Gauthier. I'm Rob Taylor. You are about to watch some of the best youth and pro bowlers take each other's on. Dan, you're coaching one team, I'm coaching another. Who you got?
I got Jason Gauthier, Rob. No relation to me.
Terrible last name.
High single of 170. High triple, an impressive 421, which he did on one of our shows, Rob. And a high five of 600. His proudest accomplishment was beating his dad, who's also a pro bowler. I bowled on his team up in the Worlds, in fact.
Another terrible last name.
With the professional Nick Norcross, who has been on fire today, Rob. He's got a whopping high single of 210, which he hit last year. High triple of 456. High five of 720. And I don't know what his proudest accomplishment is, but I think it's going to be winning today.
Well, that would be impressive. You talk about on fire. Nobody is on fire more than Michael McGinty. This 16-year-old from Portsmouth has a high single of 192. He did it just a few weeks ago. High triple of 412, and his proudest accomplishment is that 192. He threw a 367 on our show earlier this year, tossed a triple strike. He's going to be impressive. His partner, the one, the only Jeff Surette, considered by many the best in the game. High single of 204, high triple 476. He is going to be threatening to his team. And to talk about how threatening all of these bowlers are, we're now going to bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Liam Fitzgerald-Ledger. Liam, what do you got?
Two of these bowlers are young like me, Rob, but two of them, not so much.
Am I young, Liam?
Oh, hi, Shu. I thought you were dead.
We can only fantasize. Let's have our bowlers take the lanes. Michael McGinty versus Jason Gauthier Jr. Crowd is pumped. Kids are ready to go. And this is Michael McGinty. Left of your screen, he's in the black, Jason Gauthier in the blue. I'm rooting for Mike, and he's right on that headpin to get things underway.
So's Jason right there. Tough split for Jason.
Where are you playing both of these, Dan?
Try to catch both woods at the same time for McGinty, Rob.
Nice bid. Looking to get the crazy action.
Whoa, outside attempt by Jason.
I got to give Jason credit on that one. That ball is bouncing right over. McGinty trying to focus despite a bowling ball creeping down the gutter towards him. He's going to false start here. Taking his time. He's not worrying about it. Going for the 10. And he's on it. Three shots, three objects for McGinty. Same for Gauthier. These youngsters on the younger side. Last week we had a pair of 17-year-olds. This week a little bit younger. But they've got some bright futures ahead of them.
They do, and this event tends to favor the slightly older kids because we don't have any age divisions in this one, Rob. It's just you're a kid if you're 18 and under and still in high school. You're a pro if you're a pro. So I tend to see more 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds make it.
Mike McGinty's been bowling like a pro lately. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone as on fire as he's been the past few weeks. He threw a 192 a few weeks back in just practice games. We challenged him to do it on our show. He comes on, and he did. A 167 game featuring a triple strike. And then today he was doing it again. 140s in the qualifying rounds. And just great things out of this youngster from Portsmouth. He really seems to have put it all together.
Supposedly had another 180 the other day practicing.
Supposedly, I'm sure he did. Mike, all over that single pin.
You know what?
Supposedly.
He's proven
supposedly.
it to me. He's proven it to me by doing it here. He started off today on fire in the qualifying rounds, too. I looked up and the kid's got an 84 half. He's had more monster strings in the past 3 weeks than I've had in the past year and a half.
Now you may have noticed some curious action on lane 2. We'll take another look at that. That pin coming back after firing straight through. The reason for that is that the pin resetters are higher here at Lanes and Games in Cambridge than they are at typical bowling centers. As the head pin tumbles for Jason Gauthier.
There's a reason for that too, but it has a lot to do with me cheating and putting in broken pins on my team's lanes to try to get better scores.
Don't trust you as far as I can throw you, Dan. McGinty now looking for a big fill. All over it, buried hammer time. Great shot by Mike.
Team Shoe would like a restart, Rob.
Jason is throwing a good ball so far.
He's got tough second piece of wood that can't. If that second piece wasn't there, I think the shot is a lot more makeable.
It may clip it. He goes far left, and he picks it up.
It's a great read. Great read by Jason Gauthier, realizing that that right pin was going to give him trouble, snuck around it, hoped for the best, and got something to carry the 7-pin.
And as we mentioned, at a center like this, where the pin setters are higher, pins are going to fly more. You're going to see a lot of pins that look off the deck come back. And really, any shots become makeable. Oh, maybe not this one.
Let's see this
Brutal
one
leave for Jason.
I mean, he's going to want to be in the 4-7 pocket and hope that that wood off the wall does something.
Michael trying to carry an extra. Oh! That was right where he wanted it, Dan.
Exactly where we said, Rob, and he can't. That's a heck of a shot right there, carrying everything but the 10-pin. Some awesome bowling right out of the gate for our bowlers.
Pair of 9s by both of our gentlemen, and they are on fire right now. They're throwing a great ball. We had a great semifinal match last week when Jonathan Boudreau and Kevin Jones punched a ticket to the finals. Now one of these teams today will earn another berth as well. Gauthier back on that head pin. That's a little nicer to look at. Single pin on the right side.
Now that I think about it, Rob, the last match we taped featured these same two bowlers bowling against each other.
Great point.
McGinty and Jason Gauthier. I hadn't considered that until now.
Jason just off on that one. That one gets away from him.
Threw a monster 167.
Been talking about it all match, Dan.
So there's no defense to something like that, obviously. So Jason here is going to try to come out firing.
Nice shot by Jason. So going into the half, it's a 16-pin difference, 15-pin difference rather, in favor of McGinty. He hands it off to partner Jeff Surette in the purple, Nick Norcross in the white. Jeff Surette coming off an ICBA championship. Nick Norcross making his pro debut on television. He's been on our show many times before.
If you've seen him bowl today like we have, Rob, he can't miss today. He is on fire.
And he does it early. Pair of single pins facing these pros. Jeff's on his. And Norcross answers.
Well, Jeff being, very established, everybody knows he's one of the best in the game. Sometimes when you get partnered with a guy like that, like McGinty does, it just brings the best out of you. He didn't need a lot of prompting. He had been already bowling great anyway, but it's nice to see him. There was a 66 half for Team Rob.
We're where we want to be. Mike McGinty and Michael Pelchat were going blow for blow in our qualifying round today, looking for that #1 seed. Michael Pelchat earned the top spot. He threw a 390 series. That got him Irby Kefalis. McGinty drew Jeff Surette. And it's not too bad when second place earns you Jeff Surette as a partner. Now he's looking to pick up the 7-8. Tough piece of wood. He's got to play it. I'd like to be down low.
Interesting to see where both bowlers try it.
That's where I liked it too. Looking to carry it at the end there. No luck. Norcross right on it. Thing of beauty.
The more boxes he throws, the more right on target he seems to be right now. And he needs to get a couple extras. It's a tough bowler to have to try to make up pins against in Jeff Surette. Give Nick credit.
Jeff has an aura about him too.
He doesn't like play head games.
It's like Tiger in his Sunday Red. There's something about him.
Not this time though.
So now Jeff looking to rebound on that head pin, and that's 10. We'll see how Norcross answers.
Norcross had a crooked pin there, and it broke a piece of it off and flew into lane 3.
Might have been why it was crooked.
Yeah, probably pin. In an earlier match today, we had a bowler break a cap off a pin. I think it's that same pin. It's set up a little crooked. Didn't affect the shot at all. Breaking it
off
to
the
pieces.
lane. Norcross now looking for his 3rd consecutive mark. 4 horsemen right side on the head pin, looking for outside. Doesn't carry it.
I tell my team, break it in half, and he's taking it literally, Rob.
Norcross looking for the 10. And he does it. So both of our bowlers all over object pins.
They are.
That's the key in this game for some of our younger folks who are watching. Just hit the pin you're aiming at. Sometimes the scores won't come for you, but accuracy is key, and if you're hitting your pins, the scores will come.
42 for Norcross, 38 and 2 balls for Surette.
Knocks the difference down to about 14. Surette looking for the double. He does it.
There's your aura you're talking about, Rob.
Norcross.
Must be some aura with Team Rob's throwing doubles left and right.
I'm going to be scared when you guys go to lane 3. We may need to send down the pins. Now Norcross looking for the spare. It's going to be tough to get around that wood.
I think he's going to try to play it in high, right there.
Pretty shot. Nick keeps doing his job. But if Jeff keeps up this pace, he's going to be tough to keep up with.
What a pace he's on.
So Jeff Surette working on a double. We saw a double strike last week by Jonathan Boudreau. That was at the halfway point. Jeff now looking to go into the halfway point with some momentum. He's on the head pin, buries it, leaves a solid 6. 9-pin drop for Surette. Now Norcross looking to answer. Buries it. Norcross is going into the half of the hammer, and that's going to keep them in shouting distance. Now Surette looking for the single pin. He's all over it. Impressive half out of the gates. We're going into the commercial with some fireworks. Join us after the break.
Woburn Bowlodrome, established in 1940, has 40 lanes with automatic scoring, including bumper lanes, globe bowling, and more, featuring 4 different birthday party packages. If you bring the cake, we'll do everything else, including food, drink, and paper goods. Come spend your Friday and Saturday nights with us when the lights go off and the music and fun go on. Enjoy our game room, check out our pro shop, or join a winter league. We're right by I-93 and I-95 with plenty of parking available. Woburn Bowlodrome. For more info, go to www.woburnbowl.com.
So for the show this year, Dan, I really want it to be about empowering the kids, you know? For kids, by kids.
By kids? How's that gonna work?
Testing, testing. Is this thing on?
Positions, people, places, people, places.
All right, guys, pizza's ready. Pizza!
Welcome back. We're going to quickly go to sideline reporter Liam Fitzgerald-Ledger with some analysis.
I've got some inside sources, and they're telling me that Jeff and Mike have a better chance of winning this match.
Bold call there, picking the team that's winning.
Yeah, Liam also has the Globetrotters over the Generals, Rob.
Globetrotter jokes never get old. Let's go down to Jason and Mike to throw out the first ball of this half. 30 pins the difference in favor of McGinty and Surette.
Boy, you're butt off and you're down 30. It's got to feel good being Norcross on Team Shoe right now.
This is one of the higher scoring matches we've had. 2 bomb first balls and McGinty dropping a hammer.
He's building off the success of his partner right there, getting a lot of success of his own. It builds.
Jason a little off. That's tough.
It builds and it puts pressure on the other guy. It does. You can't keep seeing the other team throwing mark after mark and expect to make every single you have up there, which you know you have to at that point.
Two bowlers in the stands here who might not be too pleased to see these guys being hot are Kevin Jones and Jonathan Boudreau waiting for the winner of this match.
Yeah, they're probably hoping that they throw out all their marks now.
That's a good point. Big games are tough to follow up. Gauthier just off the head pin. McGinty looking for a double. Trips the 2-pin.
Hate to admit it, Rob, but I find myself rooting for your team now.
You want to see big scores here. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, you do. You do. I mean, it's that or losing is just coming second nature to me at this point.
McGinty all over the spare.
Team Shoe is a curse. It's like being on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
With authority, too. That ball's coming all the way back. Jason looking for the 10.
Nice 10 for Jason Gauthier.
And even though you talk about this match feeling out of reach, Jason is still throwing an extremely respectable game. His partner, Nick Norcross, is at 72 and 2 balls at the half, and the key's going to be that strike that Nick's working on. If he can turn that into a double or something.
Triple.
You never know. I dare to dream, Dan. I don't know about you. Jason a little off. McGinty looking to stay hot. Back on it. Looking to carry that 4-pin.
Could have had a triple of his own there with a couple of breaks.
McGinty just has a way of locking in. And right now he's locked in. Picks up another spare. McGinty. Side triples 412. His average only 110, but it sure feels a lot higher these days.
Well, in the last month, he's been averaging 140 in the last month. I don't know how he's doing it. I said to you in private, I want to doubt some of his scores, and then he comes on here and he does it. In the pressure of the camera, you can't doubt him. He backs it up.
Now Gauthier looking to get a little momentum going that he can hand to his partner. Both bowlers off the head pin.
Yeah, obviously
Tough
McGinty's lost it and will never throw another good game now that he's thrown that 2-fill.
We'll see, Dan. We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah, he's lost it, Dan. Right back in there. Another mark for Mike. Strings 4 in a row.
I guess it's just my predictions that
McGinty should be bowling on the pro side, Dan. This feels unfair.
It does, doesn't it? Maybe he's going to talk to Boudreau in between matches and talk about what it takes to go pro.
Start the recruiting work now, laying the foundation. Gauthier looking to put a mark on the end here, looking for triple digits.
Whoa, that's a case of the pins being scared, Rob.
They are terrified of him. Mike's going to have to reset unless he wants to shoot at it. I don't know. He might be okay with that one. So after being scared by the pins, McGinty now working on a spare and does not lose focus at all. Mike is putting on a show, folks. Great bid by Jason, too.
That was another strike, and he's got a chance to match his previous 167 he just threw on the show.
Jason looking for the 10. A tough 95 for Gauthier. He wasn't throwing a bad ball at all this game. 96, rather. Jason was throwing a good ball. He just went up against a juggernaut in McGinty. 147 and 2 balls for Mike here. Working on a strike.
Trying a double.
That's tough. Mike had to face a little 10-minute break there while the lane got it.
But he's still going to finish in the 150s.
Yeah, no, tough to feel much sympathy for Mike, who finishes with a spare.
With a streak of 6 in a row.
157 game for Mike McGinty.
Half. I mean, he marked every box at half and filled it with a mark. 157. Follows up his 167 he threw in an earlier match, which you can see on our website.
And so now Nick Norcross is filling a strike, and you have to think that stringing strikes together is going to be the only hope for this team.
It's within 76, Rob. Nick does have an extra ball.
Nick's a little off. And now the question is really, how high can Jeff and Mike McGinty go? Jeff a little off the headpin, but he still has a makeable spare leave. Norcross punches through the headpin. Now Jeff's turn. Jeff has that piece of wood out in front.
To play the pin, the wood at all, or?
He does kiss it.
Yep.
Not enough to carry it. Now he'll look for the 10. So Surette also has the challenge of trying to catch his partner now. Jeff, with an incredible first half, had himself at 94, and yet he's going to need a mark to catch McGinty. Need a mark or 2.
He's at 104 after 6 boxes.
We talked about the tear Nick Norcross was on as well. Trying to home in on that headpin.
So Surette
looking for it to tip.
and McGinty are trying to get into the 300s for just 2 games.
That strike will help. Jeff Surette dropping a hammer.
It went so easy, and we've seen other people bowl on these lanes and not get anything for scores, Rob, and they're just smoking them.
They've got a smooth ball that's just crashing into that headpin.
And making it look like 10-pin up there.
Nice bid by Norcross.
Am I allowed to say 10-pin on the air?
We'll bleep it out in post.
This is Candlepin.
Another 10 by Norcross. It's now Surette looking to just pour it on. Get loose for next week's matchup. He'll be bowling against Kevin Jones and Jonathan Boudreau, we assume, barring a Norcross tear. He's on that headpin. And you have to give credit for Nick. Nick, at age 21, one of the younger guns in this game, came up through the show, through the program. He's bowled in front of our cameras before, just not on quite as bright a lights as these.
Had some really big moments in the last couple of years.
And he's been steadily improving. Norcross, one of several young guns in this game. We saw Jonathan Boudreau last week earn himself a place in the finals.
A lot of these young guns have come out of our program and found themselves a home on the Pro Series and in tournaments like this one.
And I think having the show helps out some of those professional matches as we see kids coming up through the ranks, getting experience bowling in front of cameras in high-pressure singles matches. And it helps them out when they bowl in the Pro Series that has a similar format. Surette punches through the headpin, leaves a 2-2 split.
But it's a makeable split, at least, as opposed to what he had before.
Norcross just off the 4 horsemen, so now Jeff looking to cut him over. On the inside there.
Except for the 3 pins. 4 pins, excuse me.
Now Surette for the 10. Just off. And so with one box left, Surette and McGinty are at 297 combined.
3 pins to get into the 300s, which is unheard of for 2 strings and Candlepin.
It's the highest score we've ever had in show history by a combined doubles pair.
Shows you there's no defense in bowling, Rob. Team Shu wishes there was.
And Surette looks like he's going to be facing a 7-10 split in his last box. He has some wood that he can try to flip over.
Yeah, and if you get 2 pieces like that, it can go. Norcross has to wonder what you have to do to make a mark.
No luck by Nick, and just a tough game for Norcross, just having to face a team like McGinty and Surette. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap in matches like these. A strong day by Norcross and Jason Gauthier. We're going to talk to them as well as our winning team, Mike McGinty and Jeff Surette, with a combined 307 score. Incredible bowling by these 2 gentlemen. We will talk to them and do some more fun after the break.
Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts is one of the largest Candlepin centers in the world. Bring your family and friends to our 48-lane facility with a pinball and video arcade, keno and lottery tickets, and snacks, beer, and wine available. Drop by on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday afternoon or night for Glow Bowling, where the lanes are rocking with a state-of-the-art lighting and sound system. Have your next birthday party with us. We provide a fun, inexpensive atmosphere for any size party in Glow or regular bowling. For more info or to join a men's, ladies, junior, or senior league, check out academylanes.com.
Thanks for coming to my league, Jeff.
No problem, Nate.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget, 60 minutes of bowling a day, right?
And I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the Pro Series.
Yes, sir.
And be drafted on your Worlds team.
Maybe.
And become the new anchor bowler for Lucky Strike.
Okay.
And you can be my sub.
Excuse me?
And make bowling fans forget about you. And become your mom's favorite bowler.
Whoa.
Just loosening my arm.
Want a great night out? Get out of the house and down to Bogey Lanes in East Brookfield. You'll have a blast with family and friends in our clean, modern facilities. Got a birthday? We have the best birthday packages around. Moms, you'll love our no stress without the mess parties. You bring the cake and we do the rest. Friday and Saturday nights, we turn down the lights and turn up the tunes for an out-of-this-world cosmic bowling experience. So come on down and join the excitement at Bogey Lanes. It's where the fun is.
What's it like bowling with the pros?
It's
Give me something to work with here, Powers. Come on.
I'm trying to think of the word. It's very it's a learning experience, I guess, because you get to watch the pros and see how good they do, and then just see how they go from there.
Well, I was kind of nervous the first time, like when I was bowling, but now I'm like kind of cool, so.
Big event bowling with the pros. Tell me a little about bowling with the pros. Are you nervous? Have you learned anything? Just what the experience is like.
It's fun, definitely fun experience. I mean, I'm bowling with Brandon Marks, and he's just strike after spare after spare. It's just just keeps coming. The ball's like perfect.
Do you have a favorite pro or someone who you see bowling around that you might want to be paired up with if you made the show?
Jeff.
Surette?
No, the other Jeff.
The other Jeff. Wow. Not picking Jeff Surette, picking the other Jeff. Curveball.
Jeff.
Ah, gotcha. Is he a Lanes and Games bowler?
No.
Just one of your favorites?
Well, I've been seeing him bowl and he seems good.
If you had to get on with anyone, would it be Holbrook or you got another pro you'd want to bowl with?
I want to bowl with Surette.
Everyone wants to bowl with Surette. That's a cop-out answer. Who's your second answer?
My dad.
You pick Surette over your dad to bowl with?
Yeah.
Does your dad know this?
No. I want to win.
Hi, I'm Dan Gauthier. Welcome back to Candlepin New Generation. And as usual, I'm finding myself here with the second place team. Jason Gauthier, Nick Norcross. I don't know what to say, you guys. I mean, this is the second time you faced Mike McGinty on one of our matches this year, right?
Yeah.
And pretty much the same predictable results, wasn't it?
Yep.
But this time you came out firing a little more. What do you try to do when your opponent throws that many marks? Is there any mindset you think you need to have?
I just don't let his high scorers get into my head.
So it's just no defense in bowling is what it comes down to, right? You're just bowling for yourself.
Yep.
And Norcross, I didn't think there was any way you could lose today. You know, what do you do in a match like this when you get up there the last half, when you find yourself trailing by 73 pins? What's going through your mind?
You just keep plugging away. You know, there's not much you can do. You just got to keep up with what they're doing, keep up with the pace a little, and sometimes it helps out and it works, and other times it don't. It's ball.
Frankly, the way you were going today, I thought you guys were going to be the team putting up that 3-something. You guys are capable of doing it. We're going to see you back again, I'm sure, next year, right, with the pros?
Yes, definitely.
And we see you every time, right? And see you next stop?
Probably.
Try to avenge it and get back on and beat McGinty for the youth finals?
Hopefully.
It'll work. The kid's throwing about 310 or 314 or something like that and 2 strings against you, so the odds are you're going to catch him next time. Turn it over to you, Rob, with the winners.
Thank you, Dan. I'm here with my team, the champions, Mike McGinty, Jeff Surette, tossing the highest score in show history. Mike, we'll start with you. You're averaging a 164 on our show this year. How are you doing that?
I don't know. Magic. I believe in it.
I believe in it, too. You looked amazing out there. You're on a roll. You're burying the headpin ball after ball. Something seems to be clicking for you up there. Do you know what it is? What are you doing differently these days?
I have no idea. think it's just luck.
Was the pressure getting to you at all? It didn't look like it. What was going through your head?
Not really. I was just kind of like, it's just another game. Just go out there, have fun, keep throwing the ball in the head pin.
Yeah, it worked. Jeff, you're doing the same thing, throwing the ball in the head pin. You just let him do the heavy lifting today. Was that the plan going in?
I told him, you know, let me only be able to throw 100 and we'll be okay. So he went out and did that, and that was fantastic.
You were fantastic. Both of you were 150, not too shabby. What was going through your head up there? In the beginning, it was a close match, and you had an awesome first half. What were you doing up there?
I just want to get out there, you know, hit the pocket, make him mix around, and throw a couple strikes, and you know, it was nice. It was easy to follow this guy.
So next week, Kevin Jones, Jonathan Boudreau, you guys are facing them. You think you can do it? Can this be repeated? What do you think? What are you going to try to do out there?
I'm going for higher, going for show record. I almost had it some while back, but punch, you know. But just going to keep head pin, just focus on every ball at a time. Just keep it mindset.
Same with you, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm going to let him do that again.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to see that. I hope you folks can't wait to see that as well. Next week, these two versus Kevin Jones and Jonathan Boudreau. It should be a slugfest. So on behalf of the entire Candlepin New Generation staff from Lanes and Games in Cambridge, thanks for watching. And as we always say, keep on rolling. Boudreau drops a hammer to end the half. With a spare.
With a streak of 6 in a row.
157 game for Mike McGinty. Looking to home in on the single pin. All over it. Great shot by Jones.
Yeah, I'm impressed. He's pinning very well.
And Boudreau looking for that double. If that trips, it will.
Just knew he was going to throw a double, didn't
we?
you?
We mentioned the double strike from last year, and he does it again here. The difference down to about 14. Surette looking for the double. He does it.
It was your aura you're talking about, Rob.
Your son picked to bowl Jeff Surette if he could bowl with anyone over you. And his reasoning was because he wants to win.
Yes, I would pick Jeff Surette too if I wanted to win.
You're supposed to say that that is an awful excuse and that he has to walk home.
No, he never walks home.
All right, Shu, time for our keys to the game.
Well, if I told my team once, I've told them 1,000 times, Rob. Don't be afraid to play physical.
It's a non-contact sport, then.
You've told me that before, Rob, but I defy you to find me one place in the rule book that says that.
Now, normally you work the show. Today you're ignoring all the staff and you're bowling. What's it like to do nothing all day except bowl?
It's nice. It's a refreshing change, I would say.
And you're hoping to make the show so you can continue to do nothing all day.
Right, yeah.
Gauthier looking to put a mark on the ends here, looking for triple digits.
Whoa, that's a case of the pins being scared, Rob. A scared one person in the crowd.
I can't wait to see that on.
Oh my God. You're gonna have some fun editing today tomorrow, Rob. Oh, missing a pin. One more reset. You're almost there, McGinty.